I start with a short question to Mr. Marrero. When Mexican officials working with the United States seize precursor chemicals, what evidence, if any, does the Mexican government give the United States showing that the seized precursor chemicals were actually destroyed?
Thank you for your question, Senator. We take corruption allegations very seriously. We work hand in hand through our TCIUs with our Mexican partners.
Do they show you the pictures, or do they show you the destruction of the precursor?
No, sir, but we do understand that they hire private companies for the destruction of the evidence that they seize.
Okay, thank you for that. Now to Mr. Kimball. The Justice Department indicted Chapitos in Southern District of California, Northern District of Illinois, District of Columbia, and the Southern District of New York. According to Justice Department, the Chapitos have the largest, most fentanyl trafficking operation in the world. The New York Times reported an interagency dispute over the Chapitos cases. So to my question then, has DEA headquarters always provided full support to the Southern District of California, Northern District of Illinois, District of Columbia on their Chapitos cases and other Sinaloa cartel-related matters?
Yes, the DEA headquarters has always provided support to those offices. The Chapitos indictment was a new tactic so we could actually demonstrate how the chemical companies in China were facilitating the movement of precursors to Mexico. It was transferred to manufacturing into fentanyl by the Chapitos and brought into the United States. And that indictment encompassed that effort.
Did the DEA-led Special Operation Division hold a deconflicting meeting with the Southern District of New York, Southern District of California, and the Northern District of Illinois?
I do not know if they had held a meeting, no.
Okay. Now, Ms. Nardi, in September, I released a report on foreign operations in Mexico. The report cites embassy documents that show the State Department hired Mexican nationals to fill U.S. government contract positions. What steps does the State Department take to vet foreign nationals that it hires?
Thank you for that question, Senator. I will have to get back to you with an answer on that.
With a written answer?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. If the State Department receives information that one of its foreign nationals hires may be committing crimes, what steps does the State Department take to protect U.S. interest?
We will submit that as part of the written response.
Okay. Ms. Nardi, for you, in July, the Washington Street Journal reported, quote, the Biden administration is discussing lifting sanctions on a Chinese police forensics institute suspected of participating in human rights abuses in a bid to secure Beijing's renewed cooperation in fighting fentanyl, end of quote. Is the administration considering lifting sanctions against China?
That is above my pay grade, but what I can tell you, it's the Institute of Forensic Science, which is attached to the Police Institute, which you are speaking of. They are two separate entities, but they are attached together, and that is the one that the PRC is asking us to lift sanctions on. There has been no action to date to do that.
Okay. If the Biden administration intends to lift sanctions against China, which you said was above your pay grade, to secure cooperation on fentanyl, would you commit to briefing members of Congress before those sanctions are lifted? Or is that something you can't answer? But I'd like to have somebody in the State Department tell me one way or the other if we can know about it.
We can certainly take that back, sir. I mean, as I mentioned, the Secretary Blinken will have a meeting with his counterpart soon. Certainly, these issues will be among those discussed. There has been some talk of finding a way to have a working group or some sort of gathering to discuss issues that need to be resolved before we can increase cooperation.
Could I ask one more question along this line? Then I'll go to you. If the Biden administration lifts sanctions on China's Police Forensic Institute as reported, could you commit to ensuring that this action will not result in enabling the Chinese police force's surveillance and abuse of ethnic minorities, which is a top priority of our government?
Again, Senator, we will include that in the written response.
Okay, thank you.